championship game on ESPN. Come on inside of Alico Arena where the trophy is all shined up. Our keys to the game as we start with Central Arkansas.
Well, they got to make shots. They got to control the boards and play well in transition. FGCU, on the other hand, they've got to limit their turnovers. They had 18 up in Sugar Bear land. They got to control the boards and have transition offense moving fluidly.
We are just about ready for tip-off. Two teams for one championship. FGCU going for 9 in a row. The Sugar Bears looking to supplant the Eagles. Underway, Central Arkansas in the dark uniforms with the basketball first. They got off to a quick start in the semifinals against Lipscomb. FGCU with the quick steal. And ahead it goes to Jefferson, and they slow it down. But defense, really the calling card of this Eagles team, and it's their first break of the game.
Well as the offense has played, the defense has really set the standard.
Into the hands of Dolly Cairns. It's cut off inside, and Mitchell Steen off the mark on 3, but a rebound and a stick back for double tough Lauren Taylor.
Hey, as much of a leader as Imani Jefferson is, Lauren Taylor is another part of that fabric that makes things happen because she is one tough hombre on the boards, Tom.
Talk about tough. Jay Webb snaring that rebound, going up, drawing the contact, and going to the free throw line.
She basically said, this is my ball. Get out of here.
Taylor completes the three-point play. She had a double-double, her 10th of the year in the semis on Tuesday night. 15 points, 13 rebounds. And your away lineup, lots of talent out there for Central Arkansas. Keep an eye on Bree Stevens, the ASUN Defensive Player of the Year.
There's a lot of awards on the floor, Tom.
There really are. Of course, Imani Jefferson won the ASUN Defensive Player of the Year last year. This time Stevens took it away from her, and that one out of bounds. It'll stay with the Sugar Bears. FGCU, a slow start the other night. That's an understatement against EKU. They trailed by 15 early, gave up a 17-0 run in the first quarter before finally kind of getting their act together in the second with a 13-0 run of their own. Missed shot from outside, an offensive rebound. Those are going to be big for UCA.
Well, the physicality of this game is marked like the physicality of the last game.
It's Fisher lighting it up from long range, getting the Sugar Bears on the board.
Well, that'll put some sugar in your heart.
Jefferson leads the way. You saw Taylor, part of that starting 5, getting the bucket early, and Cairns, the deep threat.
And Kinley Fisher's only a 27% shooter from the 3.
Nice takeaway, bumped away from Mafua from behind. Nearly 2 minutes gone, and poked away by Serena Roll. How about this defense from Roll, unable to convert on the other end. But Roll able to take it back.
Roll said, I want it back.
And reset the offense for FGCU.
Well, there's some defense being played. Mr. James this afternoon.
Well, Chelsea Lyles couldn't say enough about Serena Roll's defense. How about her offense missing from three-point land, and a foul on the weak side. It's going to go against Kinley Fisher and head coach Tony Kemper in his second season. A former head coach at Marshall. A decade ago, he was actually an assistant for the Sugar Bears at Central Arkansas. He came back home to take the head coaching job the season before last.
Well, he's done a great job, I think, with this group of young women.
Offensive rebound for FGCU. Taylor. Back outside, Mitchell Steen. Eagles being patient. Tight defense. And another takeaway. Really been all about the defense on both sides so far, Jay Webb.
Well, so you can't dribble into the trees and expect good things to happen. There's too many good hands in there.
That ball knocked out of bounds. Haven't called Jade Upshaw's name yet, and she's going to be really key. Chelsea Lyles, 27-1 since taking over for legendary coach Carl Semesco. We asked her if she could impart any wisdom for the championship game on her players. She's been part of so many of them And she just said, come out ready, stay locked in, no plays off for 40 minutes. Looking for help and getting it, and there is Upshaw. Upshaw for three. That one rattles out, and an offensive board by Cheyenne Banks.
Cheyenne Banks can control the boards.
This time Mafua connects for three. And a couple of threes. Central Arkansas second in the conference as a team hitting three-pointers, just behind reigning threes FGCU. Looking for help is Santoro. And she's got it back. Cut off by Fisher.
We got to get the ball moving more. You got to have more passes than dribbles. More dribbles.
Taylor, a little strong from three-point land, but able to track it down is Roll. Roll up and under. And an empty possession for the Eagles. We played 4 minutes. First quarter of the ASUN Championship.
You cannot have empty possessions against a team whose offense is as potent as the Sugar Bears.
Fisher. All about defense with both of these teams. Central Arkansas knocked away from behind by Roll. And there is Serena Roll checking out, and Coach Lyles talked about her really as flying under the radar as an underrated defender. She can guard the post, she can guard outside, always wants the other team's best player. They want Roll on that player. Jefferson to the rack, off the glass and good.
Tom, that first step is quick, quick, quick.
Maybe no quicker player in college basketball than Amani Jefferson. Upshot of Mafua, who hit the three a moment ago. Here's Upshaw again. Being trailed by Santoro. Shot clock under 10. We've played 5 minutes. Jefferson battling Fisher. Fisher with one, a wild shot in the lane. Jefferson always one to push pace. For three, Santoro!
Well, Santoro can shoot. On the scouting report, it says one thing: shooter. Hand up in her face.
The fifth-year senior can really hit. She's a streaky shooter from long range. One game earlier this year, she hit back-to-back-to-back threes, all inside of a minute during one of the games. That was against Chattanooga. Poked away Mitchell Steen with the great defense. And Tony Kemper.
She said you on your call to her, you got to compete for 40 minutes. 39 minutes could cost you the victory, couldn't it?
That's right. FGCU looking for another title, 9th straight tournament title. They've won 11 of the last 13, and all time they are 38-2 in the ASUN tournament. The only 2 losses, Jay Webb, were back in 2013 in the finals to Stetson and 2016 in the finals to Jacksonville.
Lynn Bria, Yo McPhee, now at Ole Miss.
And we're tied at 8. Right where we started. First quarter, Skylar Gill into the game for the first time. The Kansas transfer. There is Gill, lines one up. A little strong from three-point land. Both these teams after that timeout, 3 of 9 from the field. In the lane and all the way to the hole is Mafua, who averages 12 a game. The Kiwi from Wellington, New Zealand.
Well said, my brother. Mafua can play.
There's Alana Page. Eagles go deep. The bounce pass, beautiful to Gill for the bucket.
Nice give and go there by the Eagles.
These two teams back and forth. Who wants it more? There's Stevens. A little too much on it. Jefferson can get from one end of the floor to the other so quickly. Santoro no from 3, and a chance for Central Arkansas to go back in front on this trip.
Well, the word for this first 7 minutes is intensity on both sides.
This is a deep Sugar Bears team. And that pass airmailed and into the hands again of Jefferson. And look at her blow by the defender all the way to the hole.
A give, a shake, a bake, and a make.
Absolute ankle breaker and left Upshaw on the deck. Amani Jefferson. And defended well in there. A couple of opportunities for the Sugar Bears, but Jefferson on the other end. Santoro is short.
Whoa.
Got her own rebound. Aggressive. Lost it out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Eagles. Take another look at this, Jay Webb.
Well, look at this step. Shake and bake. Oh, sit down. Off the glass.
Demoralizing,
yes,
to say the least.
Yes.
If you're the defender. And we've watched her do that to so many defenders over the years. Jade Upshaw, not the first. But star versus star right there, and round one goes to Jefferson. Here's Gill, double teamed. Upshaw being aggressive and commits the foul.
Well, see, the one thing that Upshaw has to be careful of, now she picks up one foul. But she has to be on the floor for this team to really be at their full capacity, right? So she picks up one foul, she gets two. It gets a little dicey, doesn't it?
Kinley Fisher coming back in to the corner. Santoro been very active here in the early going. Mitchell Steen, Santoro thought about it. Gill with 6 to shoot, slicing down the lane and can't convert.
2022, Skylar Gill was the ASUN Freshman of the Year, Tom.
Missed inside. Skylar Gill, a former 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in the ASUN when she was with North Alabama before going to Kansas for a time. The pace is intense, Jay Webb. Santoro poking it away from behind. Gill thought about it. Mitchell Steen. Whoa, yeah. Weaving through the defense, up and under for 2.
Well, we're seeing is this a magic show? Because there's some tricks happening out there, Tom. I'm telling you.
A lot of Houdini acts on defense, the pickpockets, and some incredible moves offensively. Inside of a minute here in this very entertaining first quarter.
Oh.
Jefferson with the board. She does it all. Mitchell Steen down the baseline, swinging it back outside, but that winds up in the hands of Kemp. Kemp taking it to the hole and drawing the contact. Kemp being aggressive as well.
Well, there's no shy people on this court, Tom. You're talking mega type A personalities, both Sugar Bears and Eagles.
Well, this Central Arkansas team, as Kemp heads to the free throw line after the Bellarmine loss for this team. And talking to Tony Kemper, they lost to Bellarmine back on January the 4th. He sat down with them and had a chat after that game, talking about goals, talking about focus, and starting with the very next game. The message got through because they rattled off 12 straight wins after that and became really, or won all but one game her first season at the helm after many, many years as an assistant, and she has done nearly an impeccable job. Back outside, Santoro. She has really brought it today so far.
Well, see, once again, too much dribbling. You got to pass the ball, Tom.
Taylor nearly has it taken away. A lot of traffic inside. The shot clock ticks away, and it'll belong to Central Arkansas.
For young post people, you get that ball down in the paint. Keep it up at your nose, not at your toes, and make the moves quick.
There's Tony Kemper took over this program 2 years ago. It was following a season when Central Arkansas's women's basketball program canceled the final 3 games because they didn't have enough players anymore. Their former head coach had to leave the program to take care of her mother, and he took the reins the next year, has really put this whole thing back together, 2 straight trips to the finals.
Whoa.
Mitchell Steen. Gotta love the way the Sugar Bears get back defensively. The rebound taken on a quick trip. Fisher has got it for the Sugar Bears. Here is Fisher guarded by Jefferson. It's a 4-point Eagles lead.
Whoa.
Mitchell Steen goes down, guarding right, and it's going the other way.
It looked as though Wright may have extended her arm a little bit, Tom. I'm not quite sure.
Another look at it.
Oh, yeah. See, there.
Well, that's what they're going to call it, but maybe twice.
Yeah, well, straight arms are only in football.
Taylor around to Jefferson. Cairns working it far side. Mitchell Steen on the miss. Stepping on the inline was Taylor. Sugar Bears get it back. Just to finish that thought about Central Arkansas 2 years ago, Tony Kemper taking over after former longtime great coach Sandra Rushing had to retire for those family reasons. When Kemper took over and led this revival the following year, he really built a winning culture from scratch, really out of nothing. And the turnaround has really been incredible.
No, he's done an outstanding job.
Here's Kemp. Backing down Jefferson. Ball on the floor, a tie-up. FGCU will have it.
Central Arkansas.
And they still don't want to give up the basketball. It'll stay with UCA, yes. Well, you got to love the aggressiveness for both these teams. They know that it's now or never. You're either going to the big dance or it only is a one-bid league, Jay Webb.
Yes.
You got to win today or no NCAA tournament.
Survive and move on.
Inside it goes to Stevens. Boy, she is hounded in there. Got to get it back outside. Fisher working past Flowers, the freshman. Cairns with the rebound. There is Flowers. Taking it inside. Talented freshman. You'll hear more about her as the years go by. Taylor.
Lauren Taylor wanted a foul there, didn't she?
Upshaw. Long three from up top by Mafua. Hit one a little earlier, and traveling is the call.
I'll tell you, there is a lot of activity going up and down the floor. Not a lot of points, but a lot of activity.
Both of these hounding defenses. Central Arkansas, very much the same team as they had here a year ago, returning 95% of their scoring. And Dolly Cairns, what she's known for best, Jay Webb, is hitting from long range.
Well, that was long range. And there was not much space between her and the defender.
And the Eagles open up a 7-point lead. Stevens inside, comes off the rim. Cairns snares the rebound.
Well, see, you got to make those shots in a game like this.
Mitchell Steen taking it in against Banks, and with the left hand.
You may see from the three. The Sugar Bears are 2 for 4 from the three.
FGCU not making as many threes this year as they historically have. They average a little over 8 a game, about 20th best in the country. They have led the nation many times as Mafua goes inside to score the bucket. She had a really great start to the season. Tony Kemper said he kind of went through a mid-year lull, but it really picked it up again here in the ASUN tournament. Inside to Gill, taking it up strong and off the glass.
Oh, I tell you, a little give and go there, Tom.
Here is Stevens, and taken away the errant pass. Mitchell Steen back the other way, though.
Man, I think the term helter-skelter is appropriate today.
Aggressive defense, hands in the passing lanes. Mafua from straight on three.
You do not want to leave Mafua alone.
And after that graphic coming out of the commercial, who have we talked about? Mafua and Stevens, the two from down under. As Cairns misses, but Gill has the rebound. Flowers in and out from three.
I tell you, these people are playing.
6-point ball game. This time Stevens from the corner and Gill with the weak side rebound. Gill to a wide open Jefferson. She likes to penetrate. Gives off Mitchell Steen, and the bucket goes from high off the glass.
Nice assist to Mitchell off the glass.
And she'll shoot one and try to give FGCU a 9-point lead again. That up and under, that's not the first time we've seen that here in the first half.
No, there's been a few up and unders.
Mitchell Steen, a transfer in from Northern Kentucky, averaging 9 a game, a senior.
The Norse.
A great defender, but crafty on the offensive end as well.
Great tradition in women's basketball in Northern Kentucky.
Formerly part of the Atlantic Sun.
And the GLVC.
And along the corner. Inside it goes.
Whoa.
What a nice move, and the bucket by Central Arkansas, cutting it back to a 7-point game.
That was Jade Upshaw. Nice spin move there.
Gill, Cairns now, and taken away. And it's Kinley Fisher. She's been playing terrific defense. Outside Mafua, and Stevens keeps the possession alive. Upshaw, not this time. There goes Mitchell Steen, and the bucket will not count.
Now, see, I think you should just get that basket only because the finish is such a hard shot.
The continuation where the foul is on the floor, and we'll sort that one out when we come back. The A-Sun Championship is hanging in the balance, Jay Webb. FGCU with a 7-point lead. The top two seeds going at it again.
Tony's going crazy over here.
And Tony Kemper not happy with the call. It's going to put Mitchell Steen on the free throw line. Initially, Jay Webb, they had called that the foul was on the floor. They had waved off the bucket. Mitchell Steen will shoot free throws. 1-1. And check that. They count the basket and complete the three-point play. So they changed the call, Jay Webb. Initially, they called this as though the foul was on the floor. They waved the basket off, changed the call. The other official count the basket, free throws good, and FGCU now with its largest lead. Tony Kemper, none too happy about that. Wright loses it for a moment. Fisher against Santoro with the left hand. Gill clears it.
She's going coast to coast.
All the way, Skylar Gill. And the foul, Jay Webb.
I don't mean to be a predictor, but she was not going to stop until she put that thing off the glass, Tom.
What a player. Took her some time to settle in and understand the FGCU full. A championship game, a near sellout here in Alico Arena, and they're seeing a good one. And FGCU, again, kind of a carbon copy of the way they surged in the second quarter in Tuesday night semifinals. We're seeing it again as they've got a double-digit lead. The free throw's good by the Sugar Bears. Central Arkansas looking for its first trip to the NCAA tournament. They were there in 2016, so this would be the first time in 9 years. That was before they were part of the Atlantic Sun. Roll for three, comes off the iron. Long rebound.
Well, FGCU is not having much success from the three-point line. I mean, that is like 1 for 10.
Fishers, the Sugar Bears, look to climb back in this thing. Banks has got it. This team is driven. They want revenge from last year. And, of course, from the meeting earlier this year, Wright is way off the mark that time.
I think that's called a wash and wear shot, no iron.
The all-time series between these two, FGCU has won every meeting, all 5 of them. This is the 6th. They played up in Conway earlier this season. The Eagles won it 95-71.
On the Scottie Pippen floor.
Yeah, and that was actually the most points the Eagles had given up all season long, the 71, and they still won by 24.
Yes.
Under 2 minutes left in the half. From long range, Mafua no good. Outside to Page.
Oh.
And a foul on the three-point try.
What's the last thing you don't want to do? Is foul a three-point shooter.
They're going to call it against Andrea Wright. And so Alana Page will shoot 3 free throws. Page from Rochester, New York, a 5th year. And gets the
home cooking there, buddy.
Gets the roll. Makes the second. And the lead is now 14.
And Paige is a 58% free throw shooter. She's showing us something here.
And makes all 3.
Those are important points right there, Tom. Now you say, well, they're up big, but hey, you cannot get too big a lead on a team as good as the Sugar Bears.
The Chelsea Lyles team has its largest lead now of 15. Leah Mafua going down low to Cheyenne Banks. And it just wouldn't fall, but UCA is going to keep it.
Well, the Sugar Bears were sugaring the bigs on that one, Tom.
They sure were.
It just didn't go in.
Cheyenne Banks, a 6'4" senior from McLeod, Oklahoma, under there. And high pass outside to Stevens.
Whoa.
Defender falls down, no call. Good recovery. Shot clock at 5.
Great recovery.
Fisher as it ripped away by Jefferson. Ocean to Ocean for the bucket. Amani Jefferson, the 2-time ASUN Player of the Year. 17-point lead for the Eagles. Defense leading to offense. That is the story of this team in 2024-2025.
I think that is well said, my brother.
In all our years watching this Eagles team, there have been few other FGCU teams with a defense as stout as this one. Right inside, and they just can't get those shots to fall. She'll go to the line. But some close misses for the Sugar Bear team.
Well, Monty Jefferson said, she was reaching.
Andrea Wright, she is a senior. That one comes off the rim.
Randy, 61% free throw shooter.
One more look at it. Makes one of two. This final 41 seconds, these last couple of possessions, so key. The Sugar Bears want to take something positive, yes. Jay Webb, yes. into the locker room after the Eagles have really put some space between themselves and Central Arkansas here in this second quarter.
Well, what they want to do is get a stop and then get a hoop. But FGCU here, using the clock, working it down.
Jefferson, the floor general. 6 to shoot. Santoro, well defended, taken away. Stevens has got it. And Stevens takes it to the 10 for the bucket.
Well, what did I say? Defense and a hoop.
Cairns, Jefferson, it'll count. And just off the mark.
Was part of, they have really looked at this game because he's usually cool, calm, and collected and is a great coach. But, hey, it's 20 minutes. This is all new.
And inside quickly, Dolly Cairns scores the bucket, and it's back to a 16-point lead.
Was that a kiss off the glass, Mr. Rafferty?
It was. Fisher guarded out there by Jefferson.
Well, see, this offense is starting way out. And Stevens is making her move. Kicks it back outside there.
8 to shoot. Inside of Aria, and she travels with it. So a tough initial possession for UCA.
UCA does not want FGC to go off on a spurt in this first 5 minutes of this third quarter. If they add another 8 to 9, 10 points, it could be lights out.
Opening minute, third quarter. Remember last year in the finals, the Eagles really pulled away in the second half, won it by 21 over the Sugar Bears. Tony Kemper told us this team is driven by that loss, wants another chance, wants another crack at FGCU. They're getting it today. Still a lot of time left, even though they're in a double-digit deficit.
Yeah, this is a lifetime. Asked North Carolina and Duke last night.
Or Louisville and Clemson. Louisville nearly squandered a double-digit lead in that ASUN semifinal late, as Duke nearly did against Carolina.
Louisville, whose favorite team might that be, my friend?
That's right. It'll be a good one. Louisville and Duke for the championship of the ACC tonight. A rematch of the 1986 national championship game. A steal by Serena Roll. And inside Taylor.
What did you say? Defense leads to what, Mr. James?
Offense, my friend.
Thank you. I thought I'd cue you up on that one. Well, Tom, I hope Dr. Bradshaw and Joanna are enjoying this. They're probably getting ready to make some flight reservations to go see the Eagles play wherever they go if the Eagles win.
One off the mark, Stevens. And Central Arkansas might have a little bit to say about that.
Right.
Here's Mitchell Steen. Back outside, Jefferson passes up an open look to take it into the paint. Taps out of bounds. Sugar Bears basketball. Well, FGCU, J-Webb, looking with a win today, would give them their fourth consecutive 30-win season. It's actually 4 in the last 6 years. Only South Carolina has one more than that in that span.
South Carolina, I've heard of that team.
May have heard of them.
Dawn Staley is women's basketball, college and pro, have really caught the heart of America, haven't they?
It's been taken to another level in the last couple of years. A lot of stars in the game. The ball out of bounds.
Oh, there's one of our crack cameramen there picking up the ball. Good job. I guess that's a bonus.
7:44 left. Early stages, third quarter. Mafua trying to bounce it inside. Too many bodies in there, poked away, and the green and blue will have it. As Santoro checks in, and Jefferson will get a breather. FGCU has won 53 consecutive games against ASUN opponents, regular season and postseason. They are riding a 22-game winning streak this season.
Now, see, that was better ball movement there.
Taylor guarded well underneath by Banks, but taken away from Banks. Taylor had it, and right back to Upshaw now. Fisher, rise and fire, it's no good, and Cairns trying to chase it down.
There's, got a sprained ankle, it looks like there.
A player down for Central Arkansas.
Is that Bree?
Looks like it's Bree Stevens, and I don't want to speculate, just kind of clutching her right ankle. Let's take a look. There it was, her right ankle favoring it a little bit. And she's on her feet. But we'll head to the sidelines to get checked out. Good to see her bounce back up so quickly.
Bouncy is a term we've used a lot today.
Well, that's the way that Coach Kemper described Jade Upshaw, as we wish Bree Stevens the best, and hopefully that is not anything serious for the senior from Townsville, Australia. As they may be watching live right now, middle of the night over there. And Alana Page buries it from three-point land, and the Eagles have a 21-point advantage. Mafua can't convert. A foul's going to go against Mitchell Steen. Central Arkansas's got to find a way to get stops right now against the Eagles and convert baskets near the rim. They've struggled with that throughout the afternoon.
And they've had some good looks, Tom. Not that they haven't had the shots to keep this game closer. Is this not the best time of the year?
It really
March
is.
Madness, conference tournaments.
Everybody giving everything they've got for a dream of making it to the big dance. Only one of these two teams will. FGCU, of course, one win away from an 11th trip to the NCAA tournament. Central Arkansas has been there one other time in 2016 as Mafua knocks them both home. She is a great three-point shooter, 53s coming into this game. ASUN second-teamer.
Had a chance last year to go up and watch the representatives of the ASUN in Bloomington, Indiana. Hoosier land.
That's right. Here's Jefferson. Another crossover, gets it out to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Mitchell-Steen bouncing it to Jefferson, but there's just too much traffic under there, Jay Webb.
Yeah, you got to be, when you're down that low, you cannot be throwing bounce passes. You got to put the bloody thing up on the glass, mate.
Coming up on 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Buckets. Central Arkansas needs buckets. Kemp blocked and fouled by Jefferson.
Bounced up there, didn't she?
This Sugar Bears team will not go away, Jay Webb. They are motivated in this game. They have overcome a lot of adversity the last few years. Have made it to the finals each of the last 2 years, fighting back from a tough spot that this program was in. And Coach Kemper said yesterday, he said, we want to do what nobody thinks we can do, and that is knock off FGCU today. But they've got a mountain to climb. Taken away by Jade Upshaw. Upshaw lays it in.
Upshaw showing a little speed there, Tom.
No question. And Upshaw with 6. (45-29). Eagles with a comfortable lead. Gill. Outside to Cairns. Gill for 3. Boy, she had it lined up just a little long. We're halfway through the third quarter of this Atlantic Sun Championship game. Kemp, that's a big one for the Sugar Bears, trying to get her team fired up, bumping her fists. It's down to 13 as Jefferson will get to the free throw line.
Well, see, you said it so well that this team, the Sugar Bears, having a great career down at University of Mississippi.
That's right, coaching in the SEC now, but Eagles are looking for their 9th consecutive Atlantic Sun Tournament Championship since that 2016 loss. And Chelsea Lyles, of course, an assistant coach on that team, former player here under Carl Semesco all those years ago. But this time trying to become an ASUN champion as a head coach. 15-point game. Mafua wasting no time in launching that one. And Upshaw chases it down and resets the shot clock for UCA. Look at that little crossover and floater. That's a pretty move by Jade Upshaw, the ASUN first teamer.
Tom, love the floater.
Back to a 13-point game. Eagles.
Whoa, speaking of floaters.
Well, they've led by as many as 21, and they're back up by 15. The freshman Flowers. I'm going to tell you, I keep singing it this year about Flowers. She's going to be the next here at FGCU. She is sneaky talented. Dolly Cairns all the way around, hit the backboard and down.
Yeah, she must have had the Stewart crockpot from the men's team to get that home cooking.
Wow. That did just about everything before it decided to go through the net. Upshaw for 3.
Whoa.
Transfers right back. Jade Upshaw.
She's showing what she can do.
And starting to come alive for number 0. She's got 14 now. And off the mark. Check that. Upshaw with 11. They gave her 3 too many. It's Mafua with 14. We got 3 minutes left now in the third quarter. Fisher to Kemp. Duckworth. Really the first time seeing her. Limited minutes in this game, and Fisher commits the foul in the backcourt on Jefferson. Banks and Wright will come back in. Fisher checks out. And we talk about it often, Jay Webb, and in situations like this, if you're Central Arkansas, you got to think incrementally, right? You got to, chip away at this deficit. How close can you get it? Set a goal for yourself by the end of the third quarter.
Right. You want to close. If you can close this by 6 or 7, you got to be happy. And then get that, start the fourth quarter, knock it down maybe to 4. But you got to think, as you said, incrementally.
Yeah.
I love it when you use big words, my brother.
It's about as many syllables as I can handle. Inside to Taylor, back out to Jefferson. Jefferson in the paint. So unselfish. Here's Flowers.
Oh.
There's the freshman shining through here in the ASUN Championship.
When you say left her hand as flour and landed as cake, I'm telling you.
That's about right. Back up to 18 is the lead. Rejected. Lauren Taylor returned to sender.
Lordy.
into the third row.
Did she say, this is a block party? You are not invited.
Wow. Denial.
Oh. Denial, and I ain't talking about the river.
Wow, that is emphatic. Mafua, and that's a blocking foul on Kamari Mitchell-Steen.
She tried to sell it, but they weren't buying that, were they, Tom?
Never tell me basketball is a non-contact sport. You've got a lot of bumping in this game. Two physical teams. Love playing defense.
Nice to see our crack A team out there cleaning the floor. They didn't need Tom Roberts' wife any help there to point out where the spots were.
That's right. Critical time. They got to buckle down right now. Mafua from the elbow. It won't fall, and there's a foul. It's going to send us the other way. They're going to get Cheyenne Kemp of the Sugar Bears. And coming in off the bench, a freshman for the first time for Tony Kemper. It's going to be Jenna Cook, a freshman from Cabot, Arkansas, to replace the first-team All-A-Sun Jade Upshaw. So the first time we're seeing the freshman Cook.
Where is Cabot?
Getting
High
some
school
minutes.
Cabot, Arkansas.
Yeah, getting some minutes in the second half of a championship game. How about that? Need a little shake-up. Do the Sugar Bears. Page lost the handle. Poked away. Mafua.
Whoa.
Nice move.
Oh, left hand off the glass.
And Mafua now with 16 points to lead all scorers in this basketball game. 16 points. The deficit also 16. Flowers gaining confidence, the freshman. Bounced right to Taylor, who takes advantage of the opportunity and scores.
Well, that was like a pool shot. Bounce off the leg to your teammate.
Right place, right time. Kemp, long three and an air ball. And the Dirty Birds will let her know about that one.
Yeah, you may want to get that erased off the film. Tom, we get 56 seconds here.
Inside of a minute now, the third quarter. There's Flowers. Cairns from 14 feet. Off the rim. And the freshman Cook. Mafua penetrating in. Draws the contact.
Mafua is so fluid off the bounce, Tom. She puts that ball on the floor and goes places.
A-Sun's second teamer. Again, we talked about it earlier. Her and Stevens played JUCO together at Dodge City Community College. It's a terrific JUCO program. Transferred in together here to Central Arkansas. Again, from the other end of the world, both of them. Mafua from New Zealand, Stevens from Australia.
That's on my bucket list, the Australian Open.
Got to get ready for a long, long plane ride, my friend. Better make it a full 2-week trip down there for that fortnight. Mafua knocking home the free throws. And the shot clock is off for the remainder of the third quarter in a 17-point game. Jefferson biding her time, under 10 seconds. Coming out forward is Roll. Mitchell-Steen. Gill from the free throw line, just short. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. But FG's
wrong.
Well, it's, again, a fluid situation. Let's just leave it at that.
I love it,
But
Tom.
it is fun. It is fun.
I'll tell you, fluid situation. I love it.
Duckworth from long range, and that is way off the mark. And here comes Jefferson. Boy, like she shot out of a cannon out of there with that one airmails over Mitchell-Steen's head.
Airmail, man.
FGCU went undefeated in the regular season in the ASUN this year, and that's actually the second straight year they've done it. The first time they've gone back-to-back seasons undefeated in conference since 2015, 2016, and around these parts, those two teams, among all the great teams at FGCU, are kind of viewed as perhaps the best top to bottom. Lots of arguments around that, and I'm not going to get on anybody's bad side, but I know a lot of people view it that way.
You sound like a bracketologist.
Well, you know, I'm a politician here. Knocked out of bounds by Jefferson.
Hey, you know, on a good note, shout out to Heather and your mom watching the game, and
absolutely.
Hope your mom gets to feel better.
And take a look at Bree Stevens will not return and in the boot after turning that ankle.
Sorry to see that, because had a chance to chat a little bit with the young lady at their practice yesterday. Outstanding representative of the Sugar Bears.
Cairns into the hands of Gill, back to Cairns. A little more than a minute gone, fourth quarter. An ASUN championship hangs in the balance. Gill off the glass. That is Skylar Gill's skill set at its best.
That was well articulated. Skylar Gill's skill set.
8 points for Gill, 5 rebounds. Down low, and it threw it right to Gill.
It's a Gill fest.
Cairns wide open. 19-point lead for FGCU, and Central Arkansas better find a way to start stringing some baskets here together pretty soon, as time is of the essence. And Kemp, what a nice move to the basket for 2.
Once again, Kemp has that second gear speed to go by the defender.
Inside, in traffic, Gill winds up with it and can't convert. Taken away by Jefferson, and bodies flying all over the place down there.
Is that a first down?
It'll belong to the Eagles. Central Arkansas just having trouble finding answers for this FGCU team, Jay Webb. And Tony Kemper, his team giving it all they've got. They knew it was a tough ask. Against FGCU. Around to Cairns. Under 7 minutes left. Jefferson. So patient and unselfish with it, and that one is way off the mark by Mitchell Steen. And a timeout on her around these parts.
Her family's got to be really proud of what she's done academically here at FGCU. So, hey, we thank the Cincinnati folks for sending her our way.
That's right. She has had an awesome career here at FGCU. Fisher for 3. Oh, yeah. And, boy, that's just what they needed. Not a second too soon for the Sugar Bears. Inside, Taylor trying to answer back with the 2. A little scoop under the defender for the bucket.
Hey, shades of Scoop Haas there with that little scoop shot back in the day. If we're going old school here at FGCU, Tom.
She made a living doing that as well. 6 minutes to play. Look out. You don't want to throw it to Jefferson, and she will make you pay. Her jog, Jay Webb, is faster than most people sprint down the floor. It's incredible.
Yeah, I love it when we say she be even, she be leaving.
Turnaround from the baseline by Cheyenne Kemp. Nice move. Alico Arena.
I'm sure Coach Lyles will be getting up some three-point shots next week as they prepare for the tournament. Because 5 for 20 can't make her happy.
Well, for the first time in 15 years, FGCU likely will not reach 300 three-pointers in a season. They are going to come up just slightly short of that this year, unless they were to make an incredible run in the NCAA tournament. Taylor with 1 on the shot clock, and that is way off, did not hit the rim. And a shot clock violation. Central Arkansas hit 243s this season. Coming into this game today, they had 19 threes in a game earlier this year and against an NAIA opponent. Second in the league to FGCU in number of threes made. Upshaw with a wild shot. Comes up short. And Mitchell Steen slow to get up on the other end. But Mitchell Steen does recover and in and out on a three. Here's Fisher. And a sense of urgency right now for the Sugar Bears, down by 16. Got to string buckets together, get stops, and that one out of bounds, and I don't think Mitchell Steen touched it. It'll belong to the Eagles.
And the officials agreed with you, Tom.
21 turnovers, Jay Webb, for Central Arkansas today. The Eagle defense will do that to you. They will frustrate the best of teams on the defensive end. Jefferson hits her first three of the game and blows a kiss to the crowd as the Eagles soar to a 19-point lead.
Well, her last performance in Alico Arena.
That's right.
Going out on a high horse.
Monty Jefferson started her career at Memphis, a time at Wright State before arriving at FGCU.
Found a home, didn't she?
She sure did, averaging over 14 points a game this year. Back-to-back ASUN Players of the Year. She's going to go down as one of the all-time greats here at FGCU. Eagles players, incidentally, she's won the last 2 Player of the Year awards in the conference. Eagles players have accounted for the last 7 ASUN Player of the Year awards. And that one goes out of bounds. The Atlantic Sun Conference, again, with a wonderful tournament, Jay Webb.
Yes.
Tremendous. New format coming next year as it will go back to a neutral site. Both the men's and women's tournaments will be held in Jacksonville in the River City.
Hopefully we'll get to call some of the games up there.
That's right.
Spend some time at Maggiano's. And
well, I know you know all the owners to all the restaurants and the hotels. I mean, go on the road with this guy. It's unbelievable.
If it's Italian, we'll find it, Tom.
When Jay Webb name drops, it's all true.
We've had some fun at Maggiano's when we were broadcasting the ASUN Tennis Championship.
That's right.
There.
That's right.
A few years. Maybe we'll get to do that this year. You never know. But the ASUN going to Jacksonville. Kudos to the Sugar Bears for their season this year and their coaching staff.
Here's Taylor inside, well defended under there. The bucket, it'll count for Jefferson and send her to the line.
What did they say, clean up aisle 6?
Jefferson having herself yet another stellar game. The Taylor with a miss. Ball bounces around, right place, right time for Amani Jefferson. As the crowd chants MVP. Jefferson off the mark on the free throw. You don't see that, but Serena Roll secures another possession for the Eagles. Jefferson with 15 points, right about on her average. And that one taken out of there by Upshaw. Upshaw working against Jefferson, and she scores and draws the contact from Amani Jefferson.
You can see what a competitor she is.
Yeah.
Because she's going like, what, are you serious? I'm Amani Jefferson. I'm player of the year. Look at this.
Look at Upshaw, terrific player. And she's now in double figures.
Yes.
Joining Jefferson. She's got 11 points in this game. She originally transferred in from Arkansas State. And she, like Jefferson, can't convert that three-point play. As we're inside of 3 minutes left. And the crowd continuing to laud Jefferson with the MVP chance. She's got maybe a little grin on her face as she hears that. But the job is not finished just yet. Long three. Santoro, no.
Whoa.
And maybe a tie-up, or is it a foul?
No,
it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, it was a reach-in.
Alana Page.
Alana.
Cairns going to come back into the game.
Well, Tom, 2:28, man. Our last broadcast of this year. Let's hope the dear Lord lets us live another one and we get to do this again next year.
Yes, sir. 15 years together, my friend. And Sugar Bears, as the time really seriously starts to tick away. Upshaw off the mark there, and it goes out of bounds. And Chelsea Lyles, when we talked to her about what makes this team so good, she took over 3 games into the season as the head coach following Carl Semesco, and it's been a special year. And as Fisher goes inside, and that is rebounded by Page. And she said resilience. That was really the thing that has stuck out about this team more than anything else. They lost Antonucci early on. They figured it out. They learned on a trip to Canada where they beat Georgetown. They beat Cincinnati. They really learned how resilient they were. And she says everybody gets along. There's no selfish players on this team. They want to do right by each other. And that is the way Chelsea Lyles described this team this year. And, you know, I asked her, J-Webb, what she wants to remember the most about her first year as a head coach. And she said it's all about the players and her staff as she gives Jefferson the victory hug right there. She had one regret, though. She said she told her mom this. She said she wishes she would have taken more pictures along the way this season, like the tournament up in Canada.
Right.
When they won the regular season title, they were so busy with the job at hand, they didn't take enough pictures. And so there will be a lot of pictures taken with this championship here this afternoon. As Cairns checks out all the leaders of this ball club who have carried them to what appears to be another Atlantic Sun championship. Kemp in the lane, just not there. And the Eagles comfortable, I would think, to run some clock. Jordan Campbell into the Casey Santoro will check out. Big hug from her coach and her teammates. Mitchell Steen along the way there. Taylor out of the game for a final time. As we're under a minute. Cook, no good. Well, talented freshman, J-Webb, that Jenna Cook. Watch for her if you're a Sugar Bears fan.
Yes, very much so. Well, tomorrow night, a little selection
That's right.
time for the see where FGCU goes.
Again, a lot of people slot them as a 12 seed. It's a common seeding for them. They lost to Oklahoma last year at the buzzer in the first round as a 12 seed.
Had a chance to, like I said, go up to Bloomington, Indiana to watch that game.
That's right.
With Tom Robertson, his lovely wife, Kathy. Dr. Bradshaw was up there.
As the crowd
Rises to their feet, baby.
Alico Arena ready to celebrate.
Yes.
That one, and the whistle blows with 3.9 remaining. But the roof ready to come off Alico Arena. As Upshaw steps to the line, and again, an ASUN first-teamer, an incredible season for her, the arguable leader of this Sugar Bears team. Terrific players up and down their roster, and a congratulations to Tony Kemper and his team on a terrific season as that free throw goes down. But the Eagles are on cloud 9. It's 9 straight Atlantic Sun championships for FGCU.